Hey folks, this is Wistful Deal here, and today, tonight or whatever, actually, depending on, I have something I have a little bit of frustration to talk about and discuss. This isn't like anything big. It's not like a huge deal, but it's just something. Damn it! Hang on, sorry guys. I can never seem to get my camera correct. I bump for one thing or whatever, bump into little, and I can never get it satisfied to where I want it positioned. Um, anyway, folks, this video is just a little rant that I have about EA's wisdom decision to move over to move Origin folks over to the EA app. Now, I was having a weird thing with Origin. If you don't know what Origin is, it's pretty much just EA's EA. It was EA's own little mini hub of Steam per se, and where you could actually, and for the longest time now, like since 2011 or whatever, they EA decided to take Steam game to EA decided to take the games from Steam off of Steam. I can't talk because I just got recovered from being sick, and I guess I'm still on two brain cells or some crap. But anyway, back in like since 2011 or whatever, from there on out until like just recently, like 2 or 3 years ago or whatever, if you wanted to buy something that was an EA product, you would have to make an Origin account and just go through their services through there. It's actually where I got Battlefield 4, in fact, from I got Battlefield 4 from Origin, as well as all of the DLCs, I think, and whatnot, since it was just a premium edition that was just dirt cheap, like 25 something, whatever. At the time, it was like 2017 or whatever when I got um, Battlefield 4. I wanted to check it out because Call of Duty was just not really my taste, so I decided to check out Battlefield 4, and I ended up liking it. But anyway, besides that, I've had an Origin account for like a while, quite a while now, and everything. And just up till recently, like since last December, I was having this weird issue where the open as administrator thing would open, and it would happen on Origin like every hour or so after booting up my computer, after turning this PC on, it would just like boot that up. That annoying, ding ding, and you have to click yes or allow, whatever, da da da, and it would push through. Whenever I would say yes to it or no to it, it did not matter. Apparently, when I said yes, it would just shut up and just leave me alone. But if I would say no, 5, 10 minutes later, it would pop up again. So finally, I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and play some. I decided to go ahead and play some Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and just listen to a podcast or whatever, because Mirror's Edge Catalyst is perfect for that. And I have like 30 mods installed with the Frostbite engine tool thing that you can use. Um, I'm pretty sure you folks can look it up. I said I may do it. I said I will do a video on it, but now I'm kind of unsure on that. Doing that now, making a video on how to make mods for Catalyst, because none of them seem to work for me for the awfulest of reasons. But anyway, I tried to open it and everything, and it went through fine and everything. And I noticed there was a weird sussy theme with Origin, because whenever I would click on it, it would load in just fine and everything, da da da. But then here's what's the annoying thing. There would be this window this window pop up that would pop in, that would pretty much say, it's time to upgrade to EA app. Now, mind I don't mind devs or whatever company doing this, as long as you have an option. And that's what the biggest difference is, because when this thing would pop up, you could do jack nothing with it. You could like exit at the top right corner, whatever, minimize, da da da, go away, or just delete, get rid of the window or whatever. But you couldn't do anything else. You couldn't click off of it or anything. You couldn't click on the account or anything of yours or whatever. You would just be literally forced at gunpoint to either install the app or click learn more, which would bring you to a web page on whatever browser Windows has it selected to what you selected to open, and it'll show all the Q&A da 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 blah 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 bull BS of da 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 yada yada. What can I do? What can you do? What shit? Can you add friends? Yes, da da da. Yada yada. Just simplicity stuff. So I clicked on install the app, and once you install this EA app, this upgrade Origin, it automatically uninstalls Origin and shoves you into the EA app, and you don't need a different account or anything, which is nice. You can just log in with your old info and everything, and for granted, the EA app does look nice. The UI is nice and smooth, and things aren't nice and pretty, but there's a major issue that I have with it, and the biggest fuss I had with it was freaking Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Now, I don't know if you folks really care that much about Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I know it's a failed game. Um, I know many people, speaking of Mirror's Edge, prefer the original, but I always like Mirror's Edge Catalyst more because it was just so easy to get into, and plus the mods that I could get into too as well. It's like one of the easiest mod games you can mod, or at least was, because whenever I would launch through the launcher of the Frost Editor program thing, and this tool thing here uses mods with the Dice Frostbite engine. Apparently, some folks like to use it on the 2017 Battlefield too, which I don't really know why. I guess for private servers or whatever, but I felt that it's perfectly fine the way it is, honestly, and it doesn't need mods. But anyway, whenever I would try and open it, it would go through da 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 EA or whatever, and then the game would actually launch, but then it would launch with none of the mods. So I'm like, okay. And it's not like it's like a huge deal. At least I can technically still play Mirror's Edge Catalyst, but the mods really make that game a whole lot better. You know, things still stay the same technically, but things are improved on. Like there's tougher enemies to where you have to hit like enemies 8 times instead of 3 or 4 awkwardly. And everything just feels overall better. It's just small, changes that really help improve and bring the game sort of to life. And I was just really bummed out with it. Then I had this other weird issue where I would at setup I would have everything disabled because I have everything disabled. So when I start up the computer and I log in or whatever, nothing's throwing at me. I have to directly click on them, even with the ones I mostly use and click on every single time. I just have that as a precaution reason because I don't want my computer to get overwhelmed or whatever. But anyway, EA would pop up and it would say, "We're having an issue with the background servers. Please enable so that you can get back on track," or some BS or whatever. And I'm like, "What do you mean?" So I would go over to a task manager and I would see on setup it would be disabled as well as everything else. And so I'm like, "So what's the beef here?" Then I looked and I read closer and it said Windows Servers Manager or whatever. And I'm like, what? Like that's really what you're complaining about? So I went over, adjusted it, da da da, clicked start or whatever, yada yada. Then I didn't have that issue again. Then I kept uninstalling and reinstalling Catalyst, and the whole downloads thing would be weird because it would look over just like with Ubisoft Connect and yada yada, how it like used to be Uplay or even Epic Games. It shows I think I don't think Epic Games does this, but like how on like I've noticed from servers now where you open something up it'll show the games you have and how specific ones would say Steam or would have the Steam icon or whatever to indicate that that game's from Steam. So yeah, you can access it here, but it's mainly a Steam product, even though it's their product as well. But you just took it from the Steam store, so da 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 whatever. So anyway, so I would have it installed on my Steam and on my computer, but then I would go over to the EA app and it would say install. And I'm like, what do you mean install? I already have it installed. So I would click on it because I'm like, okay, maybe it's a little weird or whatever, a little confused, maybe in stage one of, I don't know, ever at the end of time or whatever, because it is a bit buggy, which is understandable. It's fine. It's a new program uploaded, but yeah, then it would act like wait a minute, this ain't gonna work. So it would in the loading time thing down there on downloads manager, it would just say preparing, and nothing would do anything. So then I would click off, and yeah, it's just been a weird mess. And overall, I don't hate the EA app, but I do hate that you have to use EA app now. I've sadly been affected by it. Um, I looked over and found a way to get Origin back because if you go to the website, if you go to the website now, it's just Electronic Arts app. Get the app, and they only have a Mac version of it, which I'm just like, okay, weird. But I just find that really annoying. So I uninstalled Origin, got rid of EA because I didn't like the app too much. Got rid of the EA and reinstalled Origin app, and I just met with the same pop up thing again, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, is there a way to get rid of this thing? And I don't even use Origin that much anyway. I just want to just play my modded Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I just want my mods to work for Mirror's Edge Catalyst, even though I'm not going to play much of it. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Just for those spare fun times, I just want to play Mirror's Edge Catalyst modded. And looked over, and there's like a YouTube video of this guy who's done who shows you this program with a debugged software that you can install. You hooked it to WinRAR or whatever, and you decode it by certain codes or da 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 whatever, some crap, and can essentially work it from there. And I'm just like getting a headache here. Just like I don't want to go through this BS mess again, and it wouldn't be so bad here if I had a choice. And that's one of the biggest gripes I have with it. Because you see, or at least have EA work similarly to the same thing. And Origin wasn't really that great to really begin with anyway. It was like in beta for like 2 years or whatever. But yeah, EA officially killed it. Um, Maybe down the road at some point in the future, whatever, within the next month or so, it would be similar or whatever, in a sense to where you can use mods if you wanted to, and things would be improved upon and everything, because this is something new. And it's not really a big deal. It wouldn't be a big deal to me if I had a choice. With something like Uplay compared to Ubisoft Connect, not only is Ubisoft Connect better in my opinion than Uplay, but it holds the same ground, but it actually improves upon it compared to Uplay. Uplay was just kind of annoying, tedious thing, whereas Ubisoft Connect, at least I feel, is something personally better. But with EA app, I just really hate how I don't know if you folks got infected yet, but I've officially have, and I just hate how you're literally forced at gunpoint upon logging in or opening up Origin that you have to use the EA app now. Well, screw Origin, fuck them. We assassinated him. Agent 47 got his silencer pistol or snap or sniper or whatever, and just 360 scoped him. You can't use Origin anymore. Hell, use the EA app. It's essentially better, but it's not in some cases. And that's the thing that I really don't like the most, and something I rant on the most on, is that, at least when I feel, is that you have to use the EA app. You cannot do anything else. If you get that pop up, you can't do jack shit. You can only close the window, minimize it, or I don't know, change the size or whatever. But yeah, you can't do anything. At least you don't need a whole new login and everything. That would have been really infuriating. And yeah, sure, it's nice. You can connect your Steam to it, and your Xbox and console, your Uplay, not Uplay, PlayStation or whatever, so you can have it all connected in one unique package. But it just seemed really weird and off. Now I'm really concerned on how the heck am I gonna play Timefall 2 now with North Star, if it was fussy enough with Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Because those actual servers on Timefall 2 is just sad. And even if they're fixed now and everything, that doesn't mean that hackers are gonna get it in and get it DDoSed again or whatever, just like before, and potentially mess up everything. So yeah, that's just my rant about the whole new EA app and everything. I don't know if you folks even use Origin. I used Origin, and I prefer Origin because it's simple, even though it's not nicely cleaned, and I don't even use Origin that much anyway. But with EA, at the moment with the EA app, I would just say no. And the fact that they're forcing you to use it, they're forcing users to use the EA app from Origin, I just find just annoying. It's just it's just sad. They didn't even touch it really. It's been sitting there for like what 10, 11 years now or whatever. It's actually 12 years. Holy crap! Because Origin started back in like 2010, 2011. I don't know. I just know it's been a minute. I've never even really had it since like 2016 or whatever, 2015. But yeah, that's whatever. So anyway, that's enough of my ranting. Also, I did shave, and I also did get a haircut. I don't know why I'm wearing a hat today, but I like I like how I look with a hat on, so you can see my hat collection back behind now. Because I needed a place for my hats and everything, and it's about time to get a haircut. Need to get in the shower and everything. It's one thing that's nice about hats is that if your hair's dirty, you can just slap on a hat and look good. But anyway, that's enough of my ranting and everything. Enough of my bragging. So anyway, let me know what you folks are having with Origin. Is EA forcing you at gunpoint to get the EA app? Has nothing happened to you yet and everything? I don't know if it's I don't know what will happen eventually with Mac users or whatever. But yeah, from now with just us Windows folks with Origin, it's a sad day, man. Unless EA can actually get off their butts, and help them with the EA app, which I'm sure they will. But that's kind of uncertain because EA's been kind of, I don't know. They have been rising up a bit with over the years a bit from being the most hated, but they have a little bit of redemption from what I've seen. But if they can make this EA app actually worthwhile, not just to me but to others, to use it and actually have it be worthwhile to actually trade it over Origin, then that would actually be worthwhile. But since it's not the greatest yet, and since the fact that they're forcing you to use it is the biggest downgrade. If you had a choice, it wouldn't be such a big deal. I know they're trying to compete with Ubisoft and Valve and Epic Games. I know they're trying to make their own spotlight as their own platform thing, which I do get with yada yada and everything, just like with Ubisoft and Valve and Epic Games and all this stuff. But I don't think this is really necessarily the correct way of doing it, unless you can get it right the first time, unless they bake it in the oven a little bit more, get some things actually working a bit, not just glitch and actually improve upon Origin instead of making it significantly a little worse and forcing you to install it to replace the one you had before. I don't like that. I feel like that's not really a pleasant move to do. But anyway, I've been ranting on and rambling on enough as it is. So anyway, I hope you folks enjoyed this video here. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, hit subscribe for more, and I'll see you folks sooner or later. Bye.